What's up guys, welcome back Luxurious Fleet. Today we're going to talk about the Prius. It is no longer the #1 selling hybrid in America, and in fact its sibling, the brother, the Rav4 Hybrid, smoked it last year in sales. And the Prius peaked in sales in 2007 and it has been a downward slope for the most part ever since then. So in today's video we're going to talk about the top 5 things that Toyota needs to do to make the Prius relevant and a contender in today's very eco-friendly / electrified market. Smash the like button and let's get into it. Hey guys, make sure to subscribe to the Luxurious Fleet and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any future news on the Prius or any other Toyota or Lexus vehicles. Let's start with styling. The Prius really hasn't never been a beautiful car, but in 2016 the 4th gen Prius unveiled boasting a controversial styling design. I personally really don't mind it, but for many it was a deal breaker with its crazy lights and spaceship-like contours and curves. In 2019 they muted the styling a little bit, gratifying many longtime Prius fans. So what needs to change with the 5th gen Prius's looks to make it a must-buy for Prius owners and fans, and potentially new buyers? Well, let's take a look at the Toyota Mirai, the hydrogen fuel cell vehicle that debuted with a similar styled vehicle to the Prius. It's kind of like this boxy looking hatchback type of frumpy vehicle. But its 2nd generation, which is coming out this year, saw a complete departure from that, like I said, frumpy design to an attractive rear-wheel drive sedan. It is now going to be the flagship for Toyota. A little part of me wishes that they would have done something about the Prius to make it the flagship instead of this fuel cell that no one is going to be able to use or buy. If the Prius were to see such a transformation like the Mirai, I would want them to keep the liftback, possibly in a 4-door coupe design, kind of like the Audi Q5, or sorry, the Audi A5 or the Audi A7. The downside going to this route is that the Prius will give up its renowned roomy cabin and would make it difficult to live in. As many Prius buyers do from time to time. They travel the country, they sleep in it, they put a blow-up mattress in there. They wouldn't be able to do that with a more sport coupe design. If they go the traditional boxy Prius funky styling route and slightly tweak the excellent Prius Prime's design, is really all they would really need to do to keep it looking great in today's and tomorrow's markets. Let's talk performance. Now, performance is probably the last thing you think about when you think about the Prius, but the Prius has always kind of been on the butt end of jokes when it comes to its performance. It does handle okay, I'll give it that, but the auto industry is now offering green cars with capable and incredible performance. The Prius must adopt a much higher performance drivetrain in order to stay relevant in today's and tomorrow's market. The nickel metal hydride options need to be scrapped and saved for their Camry and Corolla Rav4 hybrids. The Prius at this point really needs to have only lithium-ion batteries to be offered and have an attractive price, which we'll talk more about price later. A more powerful Prime has to be offered as well. The upcoming Rav4 Prime has over 300 horsepower, 40 miles of range, well, close enough, I think it's rated at 39, and can go 0 to 60 in 5.8 seconds. If that same technology that the Rav4 Prime has replaces the current Prius Primes, we'd be looking at an easy 50 miles of electric range only, and 0 to 60 and probably even faster, maybe 5.5 seconds. This implementation of the Rav4 Prime's powertrain would effectively double the battery-only range of the current Primes, going from about 25 miles of range to 50 miles of range. Pricing. This is where the Prius has an advantage over fully battery electric vehicles such as the Tesla Model 3, for example. Entry-level Prius will still be offered starting around, $25,000 MSRP, and the Prime needs to start in the low 30s MSRP. This would undercut the $35,000 advertising price of the base rear-wheel drive Model 3. And it would offer similar performance and give eco-conscious buyers no range anxiety thanks to the gasoline motor on board. At the time of this video, however, the Tesla Model 3 isn't even available in the base rear-wheel drive model. Instead, pricing starts on the Model 3 at $39,990 for the rear-wheel drive standard Range Plus model. That is a mouthful. If Toyota can keep the price and performance at these levels, look to see the Prius make a very strong comeback. I don't think it will reach the peak sales like it did in 2007 anytime soon, But with attractive pricing and excellent performance of the next-gen Prime, the Prius will be relevant and competitive in today's and in the near future's market. Efficiency is also incredibly important. Yeah, we talked about performance earlier. Efficiency is kind of the flip side of the coin, right? So the current Prius has an EPA rating of 58 miles per gallon in town and 53 miles per gallon on the highway. And while these are still respectable numbers, Toyota's own offerings are now very close. That spending more on the Prius doesn't always make a whole lot of sense, especially for budget-minded customers. The new Corolla Hybrid, for example, offers 53 miles per gallon in the city and 52 on the highway, and can be had for a couple grand less than the Prius, without the Prius's eccentric styling. If the base Prius wants to be competitive and attractive even amongst Toyota buyers, it will have to increase the miles per gallon. I honestly don't know how that can be done with the current technology that they're using. Now, what if they bring the current Prime's technology with the 25 miles of EV range to the entry-level market and use the Prime nomenclature for the high-performance, high-range variant? It could be a possibility. Let me know what you guys think and can come up with for the next-gen Prius and how they can improve its efficiency so they aren't competing with the Corolla Hybrid. Is there room for two Primes, a lesser and a greater Prime? I don't know. I'll see you guys in the comments on that. And we come to our last thing that Toyota needs to do to the Prius. We're talking battery electric vehicles and autonomous vehicles. Certainly a fully battery electric Prius has crossed your mind already. Toyota surely is working on one, even if they're not calling it a Prius at this point. For example, the battery electric Toyota IQ, that's been a concept for a while now, and will be shown off at this summer's Tokyo Summer Olympic Games. Conveniently at that time, Toyota is also debuting their cutting-edge solid-state battery technology. I believe that Toyota won't make the Prius a battery electric vehicle until they can mass produce a solid-state battery. This could be about maybe 3 to 4 years from now, but expect a battery electric variant of the Prius later on in the 5th generation Prius's lifetime. Range would be a minimum 400 miles and recharge rates would be much faster than lithium-ion batteries, but also expect high levels of autonomous driving to be accompanied with the battery electric Prius. Level 4 autonomy would be expected, with level 5, which is fully autonomous, being another 10 years away from the introduction of the first battery electric Prius. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. What do you think? Do you think I'm right on some of this stuff? Or do you agree with anything I say? Or if you don't, definitely let me know what you disagree with, or maybe you came up with a lot of cool ideas that hasn't even entered my imagination yet. But out of all the things I talked about, I think the Rav4's powertrain is the most exciting thing that could come to the Prius in the near future. Give it all-wheel drive, give it a very, very high performance, high acceleration, exhilarating ride that would totally transform the Prius into a slow, fart sniffing machine. And on almost like a base Model 3 competitor. That would be incredible if they're able to do that, especially since there would be no range anxiety on such a vehicle. So if you guys enjoy my content, feel free to head over to my Patreon page if you want to support me. But I'll catch you guys in the next video. Until next time, peace out.